What if I told you some of the greatest stories ever written weren't movies, weren't TV shows, but black ink on white paper? Today, I'm ranking the best manga ever created. But let me be clear, this list is based purely on what I've personally read and my own taste in storytelling. I haven't read many of the popular mangas like Vagabond or Monster, so I won't rank them. Let's talk about the greatest mangas ever created. Number 10, Golden Kamuy. Set in early 20th century Hokkaido, after the Russian-Japanese War, the story follows Sugimoto, a war veteran searching for the hidden Ainu gold. He teams up with a young Ainu girl named Asripa, whose father was connected to the treasure. Together, they navigate deadly prisoners, military factions, and real historical figures. The story blends survival, politics, culture, and brutal action. This manga is deeply rooted in Japanese history and Ainu culture, and it feels authentic. The mystery of the gold keeps you on the edge, pacing is sharp, and the art is detailed yet modern. But personally, the ending didn't fully land for me, turning the gold into just another plot device. Felt like a missed opportunity. Still, historical storytelling at this level is truly rare. Number 9, The Fable. The story follows a legendary hitman known as Akira Sato, nicknamed The Fable. After years of killing flawlessly, his boss orders him to live a normal life for 1 year without killing anyone. He moves to Osaka under a fake identity and tries to adapt to everyday society. But when danger approaches, can a professional killer truly stay peaceful? Situational comedy in manga is too hard to execute, but this one nails it. The awkward normal life moments are hilarious, but beneath that comedy is tension, crime drama, and psychological depth. Now, I did have an issue with certain controversial direction in the part 2, but the original one it proves you can mix deadly crime with comedy without ruining either. Number 8, Claymore. In a dark medieval world, shape-shifting monsters called Yoma prey on humans. To fight them, an organization creates hybrid warriors known as Claymores. The story centers on Claire, a low-ranked warrior seeking revenge. As the truth behind the organization unfolds, the world becomes much darker than expected. I've always wondered, why isn't this more popular? Maybe because it's never got a massive anime adaptation push, but the power system is clean. The character dynamic is intense, and the later arcs are brutal and unpredictable. This is dark fantasy done right, without holding back on consequences. Number 7, Tokyo Ghoul. College student Ken survives a deadly encounter, only to wake up transformed into half ghoul. Forced to survive on human flesh, he struggles between his humanity and monstrous instinct. As he later faces organizations like Ogori Tree, the world of ghouls unfolds violently. Season 1 of the anime was good, iconic I will say. After that, the adaptation problems seeped in, but the manga has incredible paneling, brutal fights, psychological drama handled masterfully. Kaneki's transformation from innocent student to broken anti-hero is legendary. This manga balances philosophy, gore, and identity crisis better than most dark mangas. Number 6, Haikyuu. High school student Hinata dreams of becoming the top volleyball player despite his height. He joins Karasuno High and teams up with his rival Kageyama. Together they rebuild the fallen flightless crows into a powerhouse team. The story follows their journey through intense tournaments and rival schools. Yes, the anime is amazing, no doubt. But with some of the arcs being adapted into movies currently, certain details get completely lost. The manga gives you a full depth story about the rival teams, the strategies, and the emotional build up. The manga is a complete story of how Karasuno flies to the top of the volleyballing world before going to top 5. Please comment down which are your greatest mangas ever told and tell me which deserves the number 1 spot. Number 5, One Punch Man. Created originally as a webcomic created by one, redrawn with stunning art by Yusuke Murata. The story follows Saitama, a hero who can defeat any enemy with one punch. Because he's too strong, he's bored. Now let's talk honestly. The animation adaptation quality has dropped to a new low. The manga has faced constant redraws and rewritten chapters. The frustration for the long-time readers is too high. But even with those issues, the art is god tier. Murata's panels are almost impossible to animate perfectly. And if you ask the question, why is this one of the greatest manga ever told? It turned a parody manga into one of the most technically impressive action manga ever drawn. Number 4, Chainsaw Man. In a world where devils are born from human fears, a broke teenager named Denji works as a devil hunter to repay his father's debt. After being betrayed and killed, he merges with his pet devil Pochita, becoming Chainsaw Man. He joins public safety to fight increasingly terrifying devils. But beneath this chaos lies manipulation, control, and existential dread. What makes this manga different is the power system. Power system is genius. A devil's strength depends on how much humans fear that concept. Even something as simple as future devil. And Denji is not trying to save the world. He just wants food, a bed, maybe a girlfriend. His motivation feels painfully realistic. It disguises deep psychological horror under absurd violence and dark comedy. Number 3. Attack on Titan. Humanity hides behind massive walls to protect themselves from giant humanoid titans. Eren Yeager, along with Mikasa and Armin, dreams of freedom beyond the walls. But as Sigrid unravels, the truth behind enemy becomes far more complex than mindless monsters. The story evolves from survival horror into political warfare and moral conflict. This is one of the most complete manga experiences ever created. Plot twists are carefully planted years in advance. The character depth is incredible, and Eren is one of the most controversial main characters in manga history. People questioned his actions, but they understood him. Personally, I would have loved a slightly different ending for Eren and Mikasa, but even with that, this is a modern classic. Number 2. One Piece. This story follows Monkey D. Luffy, a rubber-powered pirate chasing the legendary treasure known as One Piece. Along with his crew, he sails through the Grand Line, challenging emperors and the world government. What begins as a goofy pirate adventure slowly reveals a deeply political and emotional world. Now, if you follow my channel, you know how much I love this series. Putting it at number 2 actually hurts. Just speaking from the point of view of numbers, over 600 million copies sold. It has surpassed record once held by Superman in total sales. But number aside, the world building is unmatched. Every island feels alive. Every side character has his purpose. Every arc connects to a larger mystery. I could talk about this for hours. Why this is one of the greatest stories ever told. But the number one goes to drumroll please. Berserk. In a dark medieval world filled with demons and war, a lone mercenary named Guts fights against fate itself. After joining the band of Hawk, led by Griffith, betrayal changes the course of his life forever. His journey becomes one of vengeance, survival, and confronting destiny. This is not just dark, this is brutal, philosophical, and existential. Kentaro Miura didn't just draw manga, he created art because you don't just read it, you absorb it. The detailing, the paneling, the emotion in Cut's eyes, it's truly phenomenal. Kojimori is continuing the story. He's doing a respectable job, but realistically, with the pacing and everything left unresolved, I'm not sure we will ever get to see a fully complete ending. Maybe one day the ending will be told in another format, but even unfinished, no manga matches the combination of art, tragedy, philosophy, and raw emotional weight that Berserk carries. And yes, I have my own Berserk theories. If you want a dedicated video on Berserk theories, let me know in the comments. So this is my list. From historical thrillers to psychological horrors. Do you agree with my list or not? Drop your list of the greatest manga you have read. Subscribe to the channel for more lists ahead. Please like, share, subscribe to the channel. It's your boy Random F signing off.